Hey metalheads, so today I'm gonna show off my battle jacket, and there's a shit ton of patches. Look at this, holy fuck. Alright, so first we have the Faceless. They're an awesome technical death metal band, slash progressive metal band, and I just love their sound. Next we have OG death metal band DSi. They're an awesome old school death metal band. My favorite albums by them will have to be Legion and In the Minds of Evil and stuff like that. Next we have one of the OGs and one of the big four, Anthrax. My favorite album by them will have to be Spreading the Disease and The Fistful of Metal. Really good shit. Next we have Decapitated with awesome technical death metal. They're awesome. Next we have Warbringer, awesome modern thrash metal band. My favorite albums by them will have to be Woe to the Vanquished and Waken to Nightmares. Here we have Dying Fetus, awesome technical death metal slash brutal death metal band. My favorite albums by them will have to be War of Attrition, Stop and Nothing, Reign Supreme, stuff like that. Here we have Sabaton. I like how they sing about war and like World War II and like history and shit like that. My favorite albums by them will have to be The Great War and their older stuff. One of the OGs in the Godfather's heavy metal, Black Sabbath. Favorite albums by them will have to be Paranoid and Masters of Reality. Here we have good Swedish black metal band Dark Funeral. Sorry. Favorite albums by them will have to be, or album will have to be, The Secret of the Black Arts. Here we have Hyrax, awesome underrated thrash metal. Favorite album by them will have to be Hate, Fear, and Power and their new stuff like Immortal Legacy. Here we have Suffocation. They're awesome technical death metal slash brutal death metal band. My favorite albums by them will have to be Pierce from Within, Effigy of the Forgotten, Of the Dark Light, stuff like that. Here we have Angel Corpse. They're a good black slash death metal band. I just love their material. Here is one of the few deathcore bands I like and enjoy. Infinite Annihilator, really good stuff. Here we have Grave with You'll Never See, one of my favorite OG death metal bands. Here we have a melodic death metal band called The Black Dahlia Murder. My favorite albums by them will have to be Nocturnal Miasma, Abysmal, Ritual, Everblack. Here we have Toxic, an OG thrash metal band. Really good stuff. Here we have my favorite albums by them will have to be, by the way, World Circus and Think This. Here we have Gamma Bomb. My favorite albums by them will have to be Citizen Brain, The Terror Tapes, real good modern thrash metal. Here we have White Wizard, part of the new wave of traditional heavy metal movement. My favorite album by them will have to be Over the Top. Can't go wrong with the old school heavy metal. I love their album Holy Diver. Here we have Ozzy Osbourne. My favorite album by them will have to be The Blizzard of Oz, Bark of the Moon, and stuff like that. And I forgot to mention about Black Sabbath. I also like their deal material like Mob Rules and Heaven Hell. Here we have Autopsy, awesome death slash doom metal band. My favorite albums by them will have to be Acts of the Unspeakable, Mental Funeral, Separate Survival. Here we have Master. I like their debut album called Master. Also like their new stuff, The Witch Hunt, The Human Elite, and stuff like that. Here we have Marduk, awesome Swedish black metal. Fuck Me Jesus EP. Also like Penner Division, Marduk, Serpent Sermon, Victorious. They're really good shit. Here we have technical death metal slash progressive metal band Obscura. I just love their stuff and their back catalog. Here we have Behemoth. They initially were a black metal band, but now they're a black and death metal band. Like their albums, The Apostasy, Evangeline, Grom, Storm Near the Baltic. Every bit of their discography. Here we have Pestilence, awesome OG death metal. Here we have Korpiklani, awesome folk metal from Finland. And on the side, hold on, we have Dissection, awesome melodic death metal band. I like the Summer Lion, Storm in the Light's Bane. Here we have Metallica, Ride the Lightning, one of my favorite albums. Here we have a black slash death slash thrash metal band, Sarcophago. or Sarcophago, however you pronounce it. Really good Brazilian band. Really good stuff. My favorite album by them is INRI. Here's Mayhem Dom Mr. Dom Satanas. One of my favorite albums by them. Also like the Death Crush EP. Here we have Suicidal Angels, a Greek metal band. I think this album is Division of Blood. It's really good. Here we have Metal Church. Whoa, I'm blind. Municipal Waste. They're an awesome modern thrash metal band. I like albums like Hazard Mutation and The Fatal Feast. Megadeth. Awesome thrash metal. My favorite album by them is Peace Out Who's Buying. A crossover thrash metal band. My favorite album by them is Trezone and Crossover. Now on the other side, we have Testament, an old school thrash metal band. For albums by them would have to be The Legacy, Dark Roots of Earth, Souls of Black. Then we have Bound by Blood, awesome modern thrash metal. My favorite album by them would have to be Exile to Earth in the Aftermath. Here we have Vader, awesome Polish death metal. My favorite album by them would have to be The Ultimate Incantation. Here we have awesome Swedish melodic death metal band, Amon Amarth. Favorite album by them would have to be Twilight of the Thunder Gods, Deceiver of the Gods, and Jump Spike and Berserker. Really good stuff. I don't like the first couple of releases. The production is just bad. And not by black metal standards either. Here we have King Diamond, an awesome Denmark metal band. Awesome heavy metal. My favorite album by them would have to be Abigail and The Fatal Portrait. Here we have Toxic Holocaust, awesome modern thrash metal band. Favorite albums by them would have to be Chemistry of Consciousness, Conjuring Command, Hell on Earth. Here we have Evil, awesome modern thrash metal. My favorite albums by them would have to be Enter the Grave and Five Serpent's Teeth and Skull. Here we have Skeleton Witch. They're an awesome melodic death metal band / black and thrash metal band. I like their albums that One of With the Shadows, Forever Abomination, Serpents Unleashed. Here we have 3 Inches of Blood. They mix power metal with heavy metal and thrash metal. And 3 Inches of Blood are one of my favorite bands. Sadly, they're no longer together. My favorite album by them is Fire Up the Blades. Next we have Havoc, an awesome modern thrash metal band. My favorite albums by them will have to be Time Is Up and Unnatural Selection. Here we have Fueled by Fire, awesome modern thrash metal. Here we have Gorguts, Consider Dead, one of my favorite old school death metal albums. Here we have Ailstorm, one of my favorite folk metal bands. My favorite albums by them is Black Sails of Midnight and Back Through Time. And their new stuff like No Great But to See. Here we have Nuclear Soul, awesome crossover thrash metal, old school. My favorite album by them would have to be Game Over. Here we have Cerebral Bore, awesome brutal death metal. Here we have Judas Priest, awesome OG heavy metal. My favorite albums by them have to be Scream for Vengeance and Painkiller. Next we have Tank. If you don't know who Tank is, they're a new wave of British heavy metal band, and they're really good. They're underrated, actually hugely underrated. Next we have Dark Throne with Panzerfaust, one of my favorite albums, along with A Blaze in the Northern Sky. Here we have a black and thrash metal band called Absu, really good shit. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. Here we have an old school grindcore band called Napalm Death. My favorite albums by them would have to be Scum, From Slaving to Obliteration, Apex Predator, Easy Me, one of the recent albums. This is a Beastal war metal band from Finland called Archgo. Favorite albums by them is Horror Bethlehem and The Light Divine Darkness. Here we have a death / doom metal band called Asphyx. They're a really good band. My favorite albums by them will have to be The Rack, Incoming Death, Death the Brutal Way. Real good shit. God Cries. Here we have Interfere to mix Viking metal with folk metal and melodic death metal. My favorite albums by them will have to be One Man Army, From Afar, and stuff like that. Next we have 1349, awesome black metal band. Next we have Morbid Angel, an OG death metal band. My favorite album by them will have to be Altars of Madness, Blessed of the Sick, The Covenant, really good shit. Here we have Cradle Filth with Vestal Masturbation. The shirt especially is banned in most countries, and I heard many incidents about that. But since it's the patch, it's like so small, like it blends in with everything else, so it won't matter. But Cradle Filth are one of my favorite bands. One of my favorite albums by them is Midian. Next is Battery. Who does not have a Battery patch? It's like a mandatory thing on a battle jacket. They're awesome. First wave black metal. Here we have a grindcore band called Brutal Truth. I just love their sound. Direst Murder, one of the few deathcore bands I like. I like Hate and Holy War. Really good shit. Here we have Iced Earth. I just love how they mix power metal with heavy metal and thrash metal. I like their albums, Burnt Offerings, Iced Earth, their debut album, Dystopia, The Incorruptible, stuff like that. Here's Carcass. They used to be a death grind, so a score grind band, but now they're a melodic death metal band. I like their albums, The Recapitulation, Surgical Steel, Texas Halloween, awesome OG power metal band. I like their albums, Keeper 7 Keys Part 1 and 2. Next we have Incantation, OG death metal band. Next we have a Swedish death metal band, Benediction. I just love their sound. Next we have a melodic death metal / thrash metal band called Ex Mortis. Fair albums by now in the Right Fourth and Hatred's Flame. Here we have Entrails. They're an Entomb worship band. And they produce really good killer shit. Next we have Dark Angel. They're an underrated thrash metal band. Next we have Jungle Raw, another death metal band. Merciful Fate, another one of King Diamond's projects. I mean other band, you know what I mean. And they're really good. And I heard they're back together and they're gonna make a new album. I'm psyched about that. Now to go to the back. Hold on. These should be quick. Okay, so we have Emperor with awesome second wave Norwegian black metal. Really good shit. Pathology, by the way, Emperor. I like their album And I Said Eclipse. And with Take's right here. I just like their stuff. They're awesome black metal. They're modern black metal though, but they're still good. Next we have Immortal. You can go wrong with Immortal. Classic second wave black metal. I like their albums, Diabolical Full Moon, Mysticism, Pure Holocaust, Battles in the North. Their new albums like Sun of the North and Darkness. Next is Unleash the Archers. They're an awesome power metal band. I just love their sound. And the vocalist is a chick, and that's just fucking awesome. Next is old school Brazilian thrash metal, Sepultura. I like their albums, More Vision, Schizophrenia, really good shit. Next is Death. You can't go wrong with old school death metal. And my favorite album by them, Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, Human, stuff like that. Next is Iron Maiden with Somewhere in Time. Also like Number of the Beast, Killers. I don't really like their new stuff. I prefer their classic material. Next we have Creator with Pleasure to Kill. Also like their albums, Coma Souls, Phantom Antichrist, and their new stuff. Trivium, one of the few metalcore bands I like. I like their older albums like Ascendancy and The Crusade. And their new album, Sin of Sentence, is really good. Next we have Millennium Creation with Insidious Dominion. One of my favorite OG death metal bands. My favorite albums by them will have to be Retribution and The Ten Commandments and Stillborn. Next is Blind Guardian, my favorite power metal band. I mean, one of my favorites, and one of my favorite albums by them will have to be Follow the Blind and Battalions of Fear. Next we have Norwegian black metal band Gorgoroth. I think this album is Instinctus Pistalis. I probably butchered that, but you know what I mean. Really good stuff. I don't know if I mentioned Vector, but they're a good black metal / progressive metal / thrash metal band. Really good stuff. Next we have Non Slaughter. They're an awesome death metal band, really underrated. I suggest you check their albums Hex, Go, and the like. Next is Destruction, awesome German thrash metal. My favorite albums by them will have to be Infernal Overkill and Release from Agony. Next is Dismember, awesome Swedish death metal. Really good shit. Next we have Critopsy, awesome technical death metal / brutal death metal. My favorite albums by them will have to be Not So Vile and Blasphemy Made Flesh. Next we have Lich King, awesome modern thrash metal. My favorite album by them or albums with Born of the Bomb, Necromantic Maelstrom, World Gone Dead. Next we have German old school thrash metal with Sodom. My favorite albums by them will have to be Epitome of Torture, Obsessed by Cruelty, and the like. Next we have Death Angel, awesome Filipino thrash metal. My favorite albums by them will have to be Frolic Through the Park and the Ultra Violence. Also like the new stuff like The Drink Calls for Blood and The New Divide. I think it's The New Divide or The Evil Divide. Please correct me on that. Then we have Leviathan with the suicidal black metal / ambient black metal. Really good shit. Next we have Swedish old school death metal band Entombed. I just love their material so much. With the Left Hand Path. I don't know if I said Soulfly, but Soulfly are fucking awesome. I just love their tribal sound. And their album Savage is one of my favorites, along with Ritual and their old stuff like Prophecy. Next we have Accept. This is their comeback album with their new vocalist. I just love Accept. I love their classic heavy metal sound. Blood of the Nation is one of my favorite modern heavy metal albums. Next we have Exodus, Bound by Blood. One of my favorite albums, along with Pleasure of the Flesh. Next is Tankard with Rest and Beer. I like their old albums like Zombie Attack, Chemical Invasion. Next is Saxon, good old school British metal. I like their albums Demon and Leather and their new album Sacrifice. Pantera with vulgar display of power, awesome groove metal. I just love their material. I love The Great Southern Trendkill and the Cowboys from Hell. Next is Overkill. I love Feeling the Fire, Taking Over. Their new albums like White Devil Armory and The Electric Age. Alright, Possessed. It's the pioneers and the godfathers of death metal. It's not death. See, 1983. They came before. Where's death? Before death. Possessed are the pioneers of death metal. It's not death. Just like Bathory are the pioneers of black metal. It's not Venom, and Venom sucks. Sorry. Next we have Ghost, an awesome old school doom metal band. And it makes some heavy metal with hard rock. Awesome. And this is Opus Eponymous. Also like Meteora and Prequel. Next is Aborta with brutal death metal. I like the Purity of Pure Perversion. Gormageddon Stalling Carnage Done. Global Flatline. Retro Gore. Here we have Bloodbath with awesome Swedish death metal. Awesome shit. Opeth used to be the singer, but now it's a different singer, but they're still fucking good. Next is Unleashed with Swedish death metal. I just love their sound. Next is Revocation. They mix thrash metal with technical death metal, some progressive metal, like albums like Empire of the Obscene, Chaos of Forms. Next is Cattle Decapitation. I just love how they sing about like doing experiments like humans on a animal's perspective. Really good shit. I like albums like To Serve Man, The Monolith of Humanity, and I'm looking forward to a new album, World Atlas. Here we have Obituary with OG death metal. I like Slowly We Rot and Cause of Death. Here we have Slayer, fucking Slayer. I just like their albums, Self of Heaven, Show No Mercy and stuff like that. And this is my back patch, Cannibal Corpse Butchered at Birth. I just love that album along with Ian Back to Life, Vile, The Bleeding, Gallery Suicide, and the new albums like The Skeletal Domain. Alright, so here we have Black and Death metal band Belphegor. I just love their sound. My favorite albums by them was Lucifer and Cestus, The Last Supper, Totem Ritual, Goat Right, Flesh Cult. Here we have Fintroll with Awesome Folk Metal. I love that band. And we have one of the few metalcore bands I like, Lamb of God. Favorite albums by them will have to be Ashes of the Wake, As the Palaces Burn, Sacrament, and their new stuff. Here's Opeth. I love the old Opeth and the new Opeth. They're all good to me. They're progressive death metal, but now they're a progressive metal band. Here we have Exhumed with Gore fucking Metal. Their new album, they're back to their roots. I also like Slaughter Cult and Necrocracy. Here we have Carnifex, one of the few deathcore bands I like. I like their albums, Dead in My Arms, Disease and the Poison, World War X, Die Without Hope. Here we have Hammerfall, one of my favorite power metal bands. I like their albums. How could I forget? Legacy of Kings, Chapter 5, Unbent, Unbound, Unbroken, Revolutions, and that kind of stuff. Here we have Nile. I just love their lyrics on Egyptian lore. They're so awesome. And let's see, is that it? I want to double check. Yep, that's it. Stay metal and stay true. That.